Dylan? Yeah, what? I don't think I would get this yesterday.
I think you did it.
Okay, good.
What?
Yeah. Because it wasn't plugged in.
Oh.
So we have radical form, which is what we learned yesterday. Now there's another thing called rational exponent form. Because right here, number 1, what it's raised to, that's an exponent, right? We learned how to multiply and divide exponents. So we need to be able to go back and forth between radical and rational exponents. So what is this box right here called in radical form? Index. So let's put an I. I stands for index. That's our index. Now when we raise something to a power, what is that called?
The radicand.
The radicand is everything inside. But what is just this box right here? Exponent. Good, good. So what do you think we're going to put? E. I and E. Stands for index and exponent. So when you're going from radical form to rational form, everything just goes up. So whatever's closest goes up top. So your E will go up and your I stays down. Do y'all remember that song? Oh, I don't remember how it goes. But it's like, what's the name of the song where it's like E-I-E-I-O?
Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald, yeah. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Well, how to remember this is E-I-O. You may know what that stands for?
Where does the O come from?
Wait, I put that wrong. E-O-I. E-O-I. E-I-O. E-O-I. E-O-I. Do you may know what that stands for? Exponent.
Original.
Okay, so y'all guessed it. Exponent, something, exponent, something, index. What's the middle word that starts with an O?
Original.
Not original.
Outcome.
What's a fraction?
Zero.
How do I say like a fraction? I would over. E-O-I. Exponent over index. Exponent over index. So let's practice, because the best way to understand this chapter is to practice. We went over that. So if it is in rational exponent form, and I'm going back to radical, whatever's on bottom goes over. So whatever's on bottom goes over, and that is your index. So on number 14, 2 is going over as my index. 14, and then you write 14, and then 1 comes down as your exponent.
So that's it.
That's it. Can we? Well, okay. 2 questions. 1, do I have to write this 2?
Yes.
No, because if it's just not there, then it stands for 2. Okay, and last question: is the square root of 14, is that simplified?
Yes. No, but you do it 7.
7's a prime number.
No.
2 stops.
Wait.
So yes, that is as far as it goes. Square root of 14.
You can use the prime numbers for this?
It has to stay in if it's a prime number. It can only come out if it's a perfect square. Dylan, you're going to be a little bit behind just because you weren't here yesterday, okay? All right, don't give up. Keep focusing. All right, let's do number 2. Now, the tricky thing about number 2 is, I think it's so hot. The thing about number 2 is, it only applies to whatever it is raised to. So if there aren't any parentheses around it, then it only goes to the thing it's touching. So 5 stays the same. This only applies to x. So 5 comes out, stays the same. Now if we're talking about just x, your index is going to be
1, 2,
2, and your exponent is
5.
1. Square root of, with the index of 2, if you want to write it, x to the first power.
That's it.
That's it.
Wait.
So it's basically just like filling the blanks.
Say that again, Sean.
Next fraction.
Yes. Now the only difference would be if, and I'm just writing this over here, for example, if that said 5x to the 1/2 power, then everything would have stayed in the square root raised to the first power. So, say that again. On number 3? All of it. This wasn't meant to confuse you. Is it touching 17? No, it's not touching 17. So 17 comes out. Leave it alone.
17.
Yes. Well, I'm only talking about what this rational exponent, which is the 1/2, it's only touching the variable, right? It's only touching y. So it only applies to y. So when you have exponent over index, when you're going back to radical form, your index comes over and your e comes down. If you're going from radical to rational, your e goes up and your I comes over. Yes. 17 square root of y1. If you don't like not seeing your 2, you can write it there. Here's your 2 right there. Here's your 2 right here. So if I blocked out this 17 and I had the square root of y to the first power, how do I take it back to rational exponent form? What's your exponent? 1, so your 1 goes up, and what's your index? 2, so your 2 comes over. Okay, that's a great question. Can we keep going? Okay, let's keep going. 4. I already have a radical, and I'm going to rational exponent. So I have a radical. Now I need to take all that back up to the exponent as a fraction. Okay, what's my index here? 2. My index is 2. What is 12 raised to?
So it's the second power?
Don't make stuff up, guys. Just read it as it is. 1. What's n raised to? 1. Okay, is everything underneath this radical? What is my radicand? 12 n. So I need to put all of that in parentheses, 12n, because it's all under the radical. And you told me it was all raised to what power? 1. So 1 goes up. 1 goes up. What was your index? 2 goes out and over. Okay? Yes. 343 raised to 1/2? Yes, but the instructions say to simplify. So the instructions here said to write each expression in radical form or in exponential. So we were going back and forth. Can you try number 5?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.